Hey Bearway Nation, hope you guys are all doing phenomenal today. Hey, I'm just doing a reaction video to Larry's Wheels, one of his most recent ones with the 19-year-old who basically broke his PR, which is an incredible achievement. I can't even imagine when I was 19, I wasn't even benching a third of that weight, let alone I was pretty strong, but definitely not to these level. I mean, of course, this is, where I don't, you guys are probably all thinking the same thing. This is not natural. This is 100% blasting gear. No 19-year-old has genetics that are able to bench over 500 pounds right out the gate like that. That is an incredible feat of achievement. What his protocol is, I don't know. But I'm more here for about just talking about it and just kind of watching the video with you guys and just kind of my experience benching with my experience and then watching them and how they're kind of partaking. So I'm going to start out here, guys. So let's kind of get into it. So
welcome back to the channel, guys. We are here at Team Zero Gravity in Claremont. Today we have a special lineup. We got Daniel, Baker, and
first off, guys, these guys are huge. I'm a big guy myself. I weigh about 260, but some of these guys are monstrous, not just in height, but just kind of a wide frame. I might be able to fit in the middle between them, but we'll see about that. Hopefully I get to meet these guys in the future. I'd love to, but let's continue on.
A 19-year-old from the UK that
240 pounds, guys. 19 years old. That's incredible.
So
power to weight ratio is through the roof.
19 was 565. So you're pretty close, man. You're pretty close. You know, it's crazy what kids are able to do, right? So we're gonna be doing the top.
Let's be honest, guys. Kids was able to do. What do you mean going to the pharmacy? But no, total respect for this. I wish I could have done that. I wish I had the capacity to go ahead and bench that much. You know, back in the day, I considered it. I really considered kind of getting on because by the time I was 21, I was benching about 365, but I was doing a lot of speed repping, more powerlifting style. And then that's when I had an injury and I kind of just settled back and I just kind of got away from it. But yeah, you know, if I had the opportunity to go back in the day, I'm glad I wouldn't have done it, you know, because I know the long-term side effects of doing this kind of stuff is, especially as I've gotten older, I'm grateful I had just kind of stepped back, stayed away from it, and then continue to change kind of that direction. But it doesn't mean I'm natural, guys. 100% not. I'll go into that later on. I do want to talk about that in another video, so kind of just keep following me, like and subscribe. I will show a kind of how I do things, and everything I do is legally, and I work with doctors, prescriptions, things like that, and I do blood work consistently. I'm trying not to blast gear. I'm more about using it than abusing it. So let's continue on.
Single, triple, and AMRAP, what's the plan for you guys?
I mean, for me, the plan is to just bench until I can't bench anymore. I mean, honestly, the incline.
Yeah, I like that.
Looks like
that's kind of what I do.
I might get someone I'm action to.
Really?
It looks good.
Man. You know, 315,
It's gotta happen at some point. So
maybe today. I always start sweating.
But I always love Larry Wheels laugh. Best laugh ever.
It was just, yeah, I've never been more scared of seeing anyone do any lifts before. So I'm kind of hoping we don't, but I'm here if you.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
British beef.
How was you doing? What are you doing today?
Hoping like 635, maybe a post pec tear PR, somewhere around there. I haven't gone over 605 yet, so maybe a
There's
585.
a heck, and he's looking to do 605. Come on.
That's pretty good.
Hey, I gotta have
My best
respect
is
for
4.
that.
So if your best is 4, that's my best as well. That means you're probably able to do, I'd say, like 645 to 650.
Yeah. Trying to keep it still like RP 9. Because like, I'm still recovering.
True.
Don't want to go 100%, but might as well send it.
Yeah, 100%, 110% is happening today. I mean, you don't get a lineup like this. And
Hey, you know what? I kind of know the feeling. As you guys have probably followed, I'm dealing with some bicep issues that I've been healing for a while now. Looking at those other videos, but yeah, I know the feeling when I send it. So, and I have done it a couple of times.
Pass on this, but I will do flat dumbbells.
It's funny you say that, you know, because I've stopped incline barbell
For the same reason.
just wear and tear. Yeah, I've noticed that all my injuries are coming from incline barbell. All of them. Every strain, every pull, it's always incline. So
we're gonna do one arm incline, bench after.
I mean, that's different. That's different. What about the clap press? You know, you can clap a little, don't know.
Hey guys, that's probably good advice. You know, if you're having an injury in a spot, don't continue doing it over and over again. That is just wear and tear on your body. By the way, I'm going to skip through these videos. So you're going to probably see a little splicing in these videos just so we don't have advertisements. I'm not advertising anything. So, that's a really good point. If you guys have an injury, don't continue aggravating it, especially if it's doing something specific training. Get away from it, recover. Now, I will say these guys are doing extreme levels. I mean, this is hard on your joints. When you're doing power style, you're putting a ton of stress on your joints because it's about force generation. It's not so much about using the weight, it's just about moving the weight. That's what I've noticed most of the time with these guys. And nothing, like I said, I have huge respect for that, and you should probably hear that many times because I do respect the sport. I do respect the guys who do this. But you got to understand, you're going to have a lot of wear and tear, and you're going to break down a lot quicker. I focus more on using best of both worlds. I try to take form and technique, and I try to take strength and power, and trying to find that middle ground so I'm getting the best of both worlds. But at the same time, I want to have longevity. I want to have longevity with my joints. I don't want to be 35 years old and going, I can't move my arm. So that's why I kind of talk about bare weights is about the idea of combining both worlds. And it's not always about being natural for me. I'm 100% about using pharmaceuticals, but doing it properly and making sure you're getting your stuff checked. Like, that's the biggest thing I stress. That's why you'll never see me blast into gear, because I'm not really interested in it. It's the long-term effects it's not worth it for me. But everyone's got their own level. And like I said, if you find yourself wanting to do this, heck yeah, go ahead, be all means. I salute you for it. But if you want to have more health-oriented focus, but also have that strength, you got to kind of find that middle ground. That's kind of where I talk about. So, right back to it.
Fast you move the weight. I'll literally edit the video and be like, I moved this at 0.7 seconds. This one was at 0.67. It's better.
It is, right? But it's marginal improvement.
He's repping these weights, man. I've watched Larry Wheels since the beginning. So, guys, I've subscribed to Larry when he first started his YouTube channel. And I remember when he first came out and he was huge on the scene. And I was blown away by the amount of weight. I thought, I was just like, how the hell are you doing this at the age he was, He's younger than me, so I was just kind of going, I'm 32, and I think he's like I think he just hit his 30s or something. God, jeez Louise.
I'm gonna put this on so my gut doesn't show.
I don't like showing the gut. I understand the feeling. I had a bench video where my gut was showing, and I was going, great. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to get into this. This is going to be some good stuff. I love watching bench videos. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Just watching everyone's different styles. So as you can see, it's very explosive. Very fast, very aggressive. I love it. So, not my style anymore. I used to do, but I'm just not going to risk injuries anymore. I want strength and power, but with control. Oh, damn. Here we go. Oh, he's doing quite a few. That's a little bit different, I guess. Big guy. He's got to move 3 inches. That's about all he's got to do. He's so big.
Can't you tell by you're holding down the...
Yep, there's belly showing. As I was saying, been there, done that.
Not optionally, I didn't want to. When I went to Dubai for the muscle show, I just got sick over the trip, and then when I got home, I just couldn't revive that appetite that I had, so I just cut weight, but it hasn't done me any harm, so why not? And actually at the moment I'm kind of trying to follow a path of just slowly losing more, so I'm kind of eating to maintenance, maintaining protein, and then inviting like a little more cardio for the week. I'm actually dropping a little slowly.
Well, that's possible when you're on borderline TRT. Once you go on a full blast and really take it serious, like when you're ready to fucking, okay, this is it, everything or nothing, you're gonna blow it up. You need like 450.
Yeah, he's right about that. Yeah, that's all. I got a lot of friends in the powerlifting world, and it's just that's just the reality of it. They just explode.
Benching with the big show.
The one thing I will say that I can kind of give respect for Larry Wheels is he's definitely kind of gone more back in performance over the years. He's not just pushing the weight. I mean, he does more like a bodybuilder. It's just kind of like a lot of, and I understand because he's doing bodybuilding, but it's like very focused, like low, like a small rep range, just kind of keeping tension on the muscle.
So lately when I'm benching, I bench one finger width in for all my warm-up sets. When I hit, so I'm actually benching slightly closer than normal for all my warm-ups, and then when I get to like 80 to 90% range, I go back to the finger out.
That sounds like the worst thing you could do.
It's working.
Really? That sounds like it would lead to an injury right away. I mean, for me at least.
I mean, it's just a finger difference.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You probably get more of a stretch, narrower.
Yeah.
You widen up a little bit, you get less of a stretch.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just working.
You need a squat, you need a lift off. Someone get him here. I'm just messing.
He's actually, I think Matt's focused at him. He's not usually this quiet. So.
He's nervous.
Does it go?
He's just sitting there nervous.
Nah, he's not. He's good.
You know, it's got to be really interesting. I got to stop this real quick. It's got to be really interesting being 19 years old and benching with some of these incredible benchers, you know, that I've seen all over YouTube benching 500 plus pounds and just having like that, you know, just kind of like a starstruck. I know what I would be if I was his age. I'd be a little starstruck, but like, I'm benching with these pretty cool dudes, giving me all these kind of advice. I mean, as you can see, everyone's benching completely different ways they're holding the bar, you know, kind of grips, you know, how narrow, wide, rep range, stop and go, speed, 1 rep, couple reps here. Everyone does it differently, and you know what? That's the idea. You got to find what works for you, and what works for you, just kind of dig into it. If you find something working for you, don't stop. Just continue going on. If you hit a plateau, then maybe change it up a little bit. But at the end of the day, you got to find what works for you, and that just takes years. No, you know, it doesn't matter for me, or you know, I can tell you some stuff. All I can do is give you some guidance and ideas of how I do it. Incorporate if you find that's necessary, but I might not be the perfect person for you to bench how. And you might need to follow one of these guys or another person, just depending on where you're at. So let's continue on. Man, we're starting to get 2 plates. It's a big weight. Just kidding. I guess it depends where you're at.
Looks good.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, see, it's just kind of like he just lets it go down. You know, you're basically not working the weight it's working you. That's kind of my idea behind it. And this guy's got a very, very wide grip. Man, he's got a super wide bench for what I'm seeing, especially for his height.
It doesn't matter. It's all the same there.
Oh, interesting. We're gonna go by a quarter.
Yeah. Come on. Oh yeah. Fast. Perfect. You want to do our 4-plate first?
No, bro.
Here we go, guys. We're starting to
you can
light
either
the
grab with your hand
fires.
like this right here, or you can wrap this around your thumb. But I like to grab it here. Go behind your hand,
This is
grab it
Maverick
tight,
stuff.
come
Keep
down
the tires,
underneath
light the
the palm.
fires. Let's go.
and then around the wrist. What's gonna happen is, if you look, see how white my hand is? I can't go back, and there's still no contact on the bar of the wrap here. So you're not gonna like lose the bar. Okay. So that's how you want it to look.
In the words of right
Hey guys, so I'll be straight with you on this. I had never used wrist straps like the type like this, so I can't speak on behalf of how that feels. I just know I just pretty much just focus on building my wrists. I'd rather just build the foundation strong and my body be able to handle the weight than try to compensate with gear or anything like that. But once again, that's just how I train. But let's kind of continue on this. This is just crazy.
lightweight.
All right. Hit.
It's just funny watching someone make 405 look easy. Like it just went boop boop. It was like it was done in less than a second. That's just, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've made, I've done the speed repping and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. You look really strong in the gym, but like I said, I've talked about before. So yeah, let's carry on.
Come on. Yeah, come on. All right. Yep.
Bam.
All right.
Easy peasy.
Beautiful. Are you sure these don't weigh 20 pounds each? Come on.
This is who I'm really interested in seeing, is the new guy, how he benches, because he's got the least amount of experience out of these guys. So it's really going to be fascinating watching this. He's getting his arch ready. Like I said, I don't put an arch in my back. I'm not interested in it. I want to focus on chest development 100%. What I find when you're doing the arch, you're using your legs. You're using a lot more energy, or the rest of your body to kind of move the weight. You're kind of shifting. It's all about shifting the energy up versus just raw chest. Like just focus solely on the chest. So, but I'm interested to see either way.
All right. Slow, slow. 3, 2, 1. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Not bad. You definitely see he's feeling it.
I like to just, I mean, if I'm just doing singles on the way up,
You can see his nervous system is getting used to the weight. I know that feeling, like when you're starting to get kind of heavy and it feels heavy, and then you get stronger. It's your nervous system. That's what's trying to get used to it. So let's carry on.
Before I get to a top set, it's not like
It's going to end up being like 10 singles.
it's 10 singles of lightweight, baby. What's wrong?
That's 5 more singles that I wanted to do.
No, I mean, I'm just thinking a half an hour. I'm not doing more. Unless, I mean, if you want to take tempo out, no.
I'm out of breath just reaching for these wrist wraps, man.
How are we at 3:30?
What?
How are we at 3:30?
I felt good.
I felt great.
He always says that.
But I was snoring like while I was awake. I don't know if you ever got to that point where you're like sitting there watching TV and you'll like realize you're like not breathing. Yeah.
Have you ever been there?
Oh, yeah. Look, I'm 5'10". I've been up over 305.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever like,
Guys,
the
so
weirdest-
it's
feels
funny
like
to talk
almost-
about weight here. So the heaviest I ever got in my life was 315. And I'm telling you right now, I was putting up a lot of weight. God, it sucked. My heart hated it. My body didn't like it. Nothing worked real well. I couldn't even touch my back. I was just so big. And that's why I decided to cut weight. This is about 3 years ago. I was about 315. And I did not like it. I don't recommend it, especially if you're 6 foot. That is way too much weight to be carrying around. Your heart just, didn't like it at all. So, yeah, it's just funny hearing them talk about that.
It's like a rope wrapped around your neck, like all the time.
Yes, 100%.
I slept in the bench press position.
Yeah.
So unhealthy.
You'll throw like 2 big
So
body pillows under each arm and you lay there like that.
You can't breathe worth
That's
crap.
slingshot.
The body's not made to do it.
Alright, I'm gonna slow this one down just a little bit.
All right, here we go.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
There it is.
In that arch, boom. It's just funny watching powerlifters.
If you want to go straight
Just
to
like just the
55,
movement. It's interesting. It's just like
Just
the way that arch
I'm not, bro.
bounces right off the chest.
You guys are breath. You guys are making me feel healthy. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you're 3'8" now. You're light.
You guys are making me feel like an athlete. I mean,
What's going on here?
well,
Come on.
well, yeah.
Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
The company that made these bars,
Really nice.
Apex, this center nerding line here, they put it there for me for one arm. So this exact bar is the one I've got at home. And he added that line there so I could actually line my fingers up when I was doing one arm press. So,
You just encouraging
Wouldn't be
kids around.
surprising if he actually was able to do that. Just how big he is.
Without the lines, you have to do it.
what's wrong?
You get a perfect grip every time.
I mean, no, seriously, it's good for it though.
I bet it is.
Because I used to kind of be like, look, where am I going?
All right, starting to wrap up. Starting to get serious.
Now I should try it again.
Once again, guys, I've never
Last
rapped.
time, 225?
Never been interested in it. But hey, I understand it. It creates a lot more stability in those joints. You don't blow something out completely. And also, it gives you a little bit of more spring effect. Closest I ever got was, doing belts and stuff like that. And I can tell there's a little bit more springiness to it. But I just prefer not to do it that way. There we go.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you want.
It's a warm up.
All right.
Yeah.
It just makes that look so easy. I wouldn't even want to get under that weight. I'll tell you guys right now, I would not want to touch that kind of weight. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still working on that process with control, I should say. I'd be scared to death.
19 years old. When did you start lifting, man?
About 2 years ago, not very long. So I used to be a boxer before, and then I stopped when I was about 17.
Wait, so you can bench 550 and box?
That's why you're so good at benching. I don't know how to box.
Damn.
Yeah, you and me both.
Damn. That's incredible.
I put 6 on for me for a second. I was like,
This will be $4.95, right? He's aiming for 550, so he needs to add 55 pounds. I'd hit this,
Now it's 550.
I will say, guys, and I think this goes through any guy who's been in the gym, is what could I have done if I was blasting? And I've always thought that. I have always thought that in the back of my head because I have incredible genetics for lifting weight naturally. And I always knew I was capable of doing a ton of weight, but I was never willing to risk it, you know? And like I said, it's a cost-benefit ratio. You know, you're always going to make decisions in life. You got to figure out what decisions you're making. What's the risk? What's the benefit? For me, unless I was doing this professionally, that's the only time I'd ever considered. I didn't even want to really do it professionally. So it was just never something I was just going to kind of partake and go down that road. Now that I've gotten older, I'm grateful I haven't, because I'm at a point where it's just like, I feel good about myself. I feel good where my life is going. And I want to be able to live a long time. And I just didn't want to risk it with my heart, I should say. So let's carry on.
Yeah, absolutely. Unless you don't feel warm, I go 475, 525, 550. If you don't feel warm right now,
Yeah, that's a big one. Don't lift if you don't feel warm. Don't ever lift when you don't feel
That was
warm.
convincing.
You are,
that was
especially
good.
heavyweight,
So,
you are
what's the
risking
biggest
it.
jump you've done previously for PR?
I did 485 to 5.
So you did a 45-pound jump.
yeah, so it's fine.
So this will be a 55.
Yeah. You're making bigger jumps anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's not kilos.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually with tricep tears, it'll tear from the elbow up here, and it'll pull the bone with it. Yeah. He said, I showed him these reps, and my tear was right here. And it tore from the muscle down, and it stopped right here. Yeah, see, I'm serious. He said that these reps literally held the tendon to my bone, and then that's the tear happened up here instead. It literally saved my tricep. Yeah. It was the coolest thing ever. Yeah, it would have been terrible. I would have had like a cast and everything because it would have been a broken bone too. And it's a lot harder to heal that because it's like
That's my nightmare right there. He's just talking nightmare fuel to me. It's just tearing a tendon, anything like that. That I don't want to be out of the gym forever. I don't want to be out of the gym for another year. It sucks. I want to keep training. So when he talks about this stuff, he's like, that's so cool. I'm like, no. But hey, let's carry on.
drill it back in, and it's like never the same. With this, they just put a mesh in.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know it was that serious.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, the doctor was like, how did this ever happen? He was like, that's a freak injury. Like, I've never seen a tricep tear like that. And I showed him the video and I showed him the reps, and he was like, wow, it's cool. It's like, it's actually mind blowing to me.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I've been recently. My biggest downfall has been like tendonitis in my elbow, my left elbow. It's because I've been doing a lot more raw work, you know, and sleeve work. Whereas my body's so used to wraps, I suppose, and now I've switched it up a bit. My elbows are just crying. But at the minute, I mean, you know, you might have to edit this bit out, but EPC that I've been running. These elbows are brand new.
I need an extra long wrap for people like Baker size.
So I was saying, I'm probably going to go to another pair of wraps that I've got in my bag when I go to my top set. The thing with the elbow wraps is they're good, but they're just short for me. My arms are so big.
You get what, one revolution out of it?
Like two good revolutions.
Look at how much he's stretching these
Way
out.
bigger on this now.
It's turning white on this.
Damn.
So,
I don't stretch it out. It's like, you don't want wrist wraps?
oh yeah, I'm really
Okay.
I'd love to try on your powerlifting. That would do like a hoop with it.
That would be hilarious.
It's in my bag. I'm gonna put it on the bag.
Come on!
See.
Yeah! Oh!
We got scared, tried to run away. Oh, we got salt.
These are the juju ones.
Got my underwear.
I got goosebumps on my calves from the speed. Come on.
All right. Small shot.
Now, I will say, guys, before the heat benches, this is, and I'm getting excited about this. I will say this is actually my goal is about 500 pounds with control. That's my long-term focus is 500 pounds. I don't expect to hit that for a few more years, but I want to be able to unrack, bring it all the way down, slow and easy, push all the way through with no arch. And I'm gonna, no wrist straps, no nothing. That's my long-term goal. But, you know, time in due time. I'm not rushing there. I'm taking my time, and I want to build a good, proper foundation. It's not about ego lifting for me, guys. It's all about control and conquering. So let's carry on. Let's watch this, and then we'll wrap it up.
Come on, hit it. Come on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
That was good.
smile want to do.
So easy. He made it so easy.
Like nothing. History.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, let's see 700 in play today.
Oh, what? Don't tease us like that.
It looks like it's there based on how 500 moves.
Feel
Look at
good?
that. 700.
700 today.
Maybe.
Let's see. I want to see how.
Full body.
For me, it'll probably be based on how 640 moves around there, because I'd probably jump from 640, 675, 7.
Oh, I'm bricked. I'm bricked up. Listen, there's only a handful of times in history that anyone's ever bench to 100 pounds, whether it's in training or competition. It's very rare.
Probably less than.
And I've only seen it, I think, maybe twice in my entire life in person with Julius. And the other time, maybe only once actually. One time.
Well, I've never witnessed a 700 in person.
Have you seen 600?
I've seen 600. Never seen 700. That'll be a first, man. Don't let me down.
I think Larry Wheels could have hit 700 back when he was younger, and if he didn't get injured with the bicep injuries, and I think he had some pectoral issues. If he never got those injuries, 100%, I think Larry Wheels would have easily hit that.
Your whole family wants
I'm going to be honest, the plan was maybe 715 actually. So
Whoa!
I wanted to be alright here. And I feel good, so let's see.
But your PR is 700, right?
I feel at the moment 7. It's funny because I tried 705,
Yeah.
took it down, and if you watch it back, I misgrooved it, took it up, got it to about here, just couldn't lock it out. I took a 6-minute rest, put 700 on, pressed it like it was RP 6, 7. It was like, what? Look how, what, 5 pound difference was that big? It was just a misgroove. I think on that day, probably had 715 in me then, with the way 700 moved. Because 700 moved convincingly, not really convincingly, so wow.
There you go, guys. If you need some blood work done.
I haven't sent like a top single since the 700, and that's been about, let's say, a couple of months. Yeah, I've kind of been riding at the minute and just trying to stay healthy, hit some sets, hit some volume. So, and I'm gonna be honest, I feel primed. I feel kind of, yeah. Ready? Let's just send it, bro.
Hell yeah! All right. Music to my ears. All right.
Come on. Easy.
Yeah. Here we go.
Easy. Come on. Smoke this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really felt like nothing.
That's fantastic. Yeah, me neither. Where else come from? Focus.
No garbage. Come on.
Come on. All right. Yep. Come on. Come on. Yep. Focus. Here we go.
Smoke this now. Come on.
Yep. Come on. Oh yeah. Make it look easy. Yeah. Oh yeah. What a day. What a day.
What a tank.
Yeah.
What a tank. All right, guys. Well,
I think maybe-
I'm going to cut it off here. I think we've gotten far enough. I just wanted to watch the 19-year-old lift. I've seen the other guys lift. I'm sure you guys have seen him. But this Matthew guy, he's an up-and-coming. As long as he doesn't get injured, he's got a bright future ahead of him, lifting heavy, being strong, and just kicking ass. Let's just be honest, guys. And you know what, man? It was so funny watching him. It's like the total opposite of me when it comes to powerlifting or like lifting heavy weights. I don't really freak out about the weight. I don't get all aggressive. I'm more like getting in my mind, like, okay, mental control and just pushing through, like just kind of like a zen, like a monk. So guys, I'll catch you on the next one. You guys have a great one. Follow up next week. I'm going to be creating a video on how to actually inject the peptide BPC157, TB500. I know some guys have been asking me in the comment section below about how my cycle is and what I do. So guys, have a great, phenomenal day. Bear Weight Nation out. Catch you on the next one.